Genevieve, in honor of today's film, Sun Fury! Sun Fury is an English film from the mid-90s, was director Darren Ward's first feature film, seems to only be available on DVD in Europe for some reason, and it's the sort of film that if it didn't exist, someone would have to go back in time and create it for a laugh. Assuming that's not what happened. Darren Ward was around in the mid-90s, and time travel seems like the most complicated way could have made this. Anyway, Sun Fury is the sort of film that you get when you think big, and you imagine bigger. When you imagine stuff like, what would happen if a bunch of amateur filmmakers who were in their 20s teamed up with a cult movie legend and made themselves a low-budget, gritty crime movie that occasionally explodes and turns into a John Woo film every time it gets bored with being the rest of it?
That does sound kind of awesome.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, wasn't John Woo the guy who did the Starboaty thing?
No, but John Woo Paul's Drag Race does sound awesome.
Woo! I'll get the sequence.
And I am not being hyperbolic when I compare the action in this film to Woo. This film easily contains some of the best micro-budget action scenes I, and soon you, have ever seen. It's a lost action masterpiece. Or at least it would be if it was actually lost. And if the other 85% of the film wasn't dragging the average down slightly. The cast are almost all infamous and amateur, but given their best. The notable exception, though, is David Warbeck. 70s and 80s cult movie legend, star of stuff like The Beyond and Ark of the Sun God. He was also apparently Roger Moore's semi-official understudy as James Bond, ready to step in if he quit at short notice. He died in the mid-90s of cancer, having spent his last few years in low-budget British fare like this, Perverella, the sequel to The Perv Parlor, Razorblade Smile, and Psychopathics, where he did this.
Have you heard of the elephant trick?
And he's easily the best thing in this film, apart from the action, maybe. I'd compare him to Raul Julia in Street Fighter, but that seems a bit unfair. People actually saw Street Fighter. Anyway, Sun Fury. This ident really has an appropriately sickly giallo colour. They really capture the scummy zeitgeist of the time. In a way, isn't all of cinema a tribute to David Warbeck? In another, more accurate way, no. R.I.P. David Warbeck. May all our monuments be as blood-covered as yours. We open in the most idyllic of English seasons. Wet. Look at that, it's like the few remaining colours are desperately trying to flee the country. As soon as we're indoors, I'm pretty sure this is a gritty remake of The Young Ones.
You stupid fuck! Are you thick or what? I said to you, shoot Harris's men in the head!
Hey fuckhead, what are you, the silent partner? Relax Jimmy, it's all been taken care of. Even their mothers wouldn't recognise them.
The guy in the suit is Mike, the scared guy is Rick, the guy enjoying the show is Viv, and Neil's buried in the garden. Probably happy that his long torment is finally over. This is Jimmy, one of the characters who might or might not be the main character. Because this film's plot is about as murky and ill-defined as the cinematography.
We killed those fucking pricks and we stole your coat. We stole your fucking coat, didn't we? Now give me the 15 G's and you can have your fucking coat.
Fucking cocksucker, all the way your fucking brains out! Give me the coat now!
Alright, relax you, I'm going to get the coat.
He fucking loves that coat. It might sound like English John Wick here is being about as petty as you'd expect from English John Wick, but no, everyone in this film has a hilarious tendency to pronounce Coke with a T. Which somehow makes it sound even more English.
All the way your fucking brains out! Give me the coke!
Okay, accept that time. Dude, if you come within 3 feet of any more Coke, you'll just circle around to normal again. The other two slight variations of Matthew Lillard are the film's first of many, many victims. They were sent off by Jimmy to kill some gangsters and steal their cocaine, but apparently there's no start to their talents, and now they're on the verge of a gang war. So the boss is kinda fucked off with them.
You're doing a job for John Randall now, not some fucking low-life street prick! What the fuck were you thinking of?
I'd just like to let you know that council houses in the UK have notoriously thin walls.
I'm telling you and Randall are both fucking dead! Did you hear me? You're fucking dead!
What did you say, Lich?
The whole fucking street has enough opinions about this scene that they should be credited as executive producers. Anyway, it's hard for a film to kill dozens upon dozens of people if you flesh them out and stuff, so the boss comes in like a mix of Black Dynamite and the entire Bolofsky family.
Mr. Randall, I wouldn't dream of threatening you!
Here's Jetsy! It's Mr. Wolofsky! How did he get in here? Boys and girls, come out to play on the busy Monday. Jetsy wants to finger your entrails! Jetsy wants to play hospital!
I promise the action scenes get better. Eventually, they get better. Give the film some slack. They've not figured out how lighting works yet.
Walker, it's Jimmy. We've got a potential problem this end. Randall wants to see you in his office ASAP.
Walker, Texas listener here, is another one of the characters who might be the lead. He probably is the best case, because he actually survives. He's ex-Special Forces and is an infamous hitman, which is impressive because after years of effort, he's barely been able to hit puberty. Luckily, they interrupt the film for a few minutes for some credits and an extended how it's made video about mob violence, so his voice can finish breaking. The theme music sounds like Trent Reznor fucked Miserloo.
Oh, bless you.
No, the theme from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, what's a Pulp Fiction?
It's when you get hit in the nuts with a book.
How?
And because he really wants to feel it from the inside, it lasts for nearly 3 minutes. Ah yes, fuck sticking your HQ in a death fortress or instead of Frankie Goes to Hollywood music video. A nondescript office building, that's where evil really thrives. I didn't mean to sound sarcastic there, it just sort of happened.
Okay, mistress, I have some ideas, and we could...
That was not an order to radically redesign the outside of the fucking compound!
Oh. But if we...
Or the rest of the country!
Oh.
Anyway, a nondescript office building where the ultimate evil dwells. Randall's having a freak out. At least I assume he is. He's doing so little acting that I had to put it together from context clues.
Jimmy, I want a whole review of the fucking men working for us. You find out anyone's touching the nose candy and you fucking kill them.
Wait a sec. He is acting. That's Dark Place acting. Thornton Reed Dark Place acting.
We as an organisation, I will not accept these simple operations being fucked up by anybody, especially when it puts the whole organisation in jeopardy.
Cool it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper. Look, Douglas, you're an excellent doctor, but you're also a live wire maverick, who when he's not bucking the system, is biting the hand that feeds, which in your case, is this hand.
My plan is to hire Walker to take out Harris. And if anything should go wrong and Walker dies, it'd be near impossible for Harris to trace Walker back to us.
I wish I was hitting the wards with those young bucks. But I'm old, tired, spent, busted, rusted.
But on the other hand, if Walker is successful and manages to eliminate Harris, we can begin the process of embezzling his funds, which amounts to over £200 million.
That's just beautiful. It's like seeing an endangered species in the wild, and then giving it a dramatic exposition-y monologue. I wonder what everyone in the office thought when they saw Jimmy walk through with his chic new wearable blood. To be fair, it was the era of cool Britannia. They probably assumed he'd been hanging with the Gallagher brothers. Anyway, the guys that the two dipshits stole the coke from want revenge, and a gang war is coming. We know this because David Warbeck's Gangster Slenderman is throwing his most threatening acting at Randall over the phone.
Well, the gentleman that you stole from, Mr. Harris, is not a happy bunny, and quite rightly would like his property back.
Warbeck is currently taking time out from his busy schedule of currently dying to do more acting than anyone, including me!
You have a man working for you called Tony Fisher. Dear old Tony, we'd like to have a word with you. Say hello, Tony!
Revenge is a dish best served on fire. He will extinguish your life. He's Fireman.
Warbeck is like a black hole of acting, absorbing it from everyone else and emanating in the form of Warbeck radiation. which is where he does stuff like this.
You sick son of a bitch!
Yes, I am. Hunter.
Reminder that he was dying of cancer when they filmed this. The guy either integrated his own death rattle into his performance, or he decided to take the piss out of his own upcoming death. And I don't know which I want to believe more.
Randall! Randall!
You fucking cocksucker! I'll tell you fucking throw out, do you hear me?
Oh, please, he can't hear you over the sound of how awesome he is. And maybe the screaming.
These emotional and abusive outbursts will only lead to further pain.
Anyway, Randall wants Walker, not played by Andy Ranger, to deal with the other gang before Warbeck can get his hands on even larger blowtorches. The plan is to meet up with Warbeck and his men under a flag of truce, and then unleash Walker, Texas Danger, and all his pent-up Chuck Norris rage at them.
Your job is to wait until that happens and then go in and kill Walker.
Kill Walker? What the fuck will that achieve?
Let me finish the fucking sentence, I might get round to telling you.
Listen, the plot's complicated, I don't fucking know, and as soon as the bullets are flying, no one will care. I already don't care.
But what if Walker takes one before I can get to him? What then?
Then we're dead.
Spoilers, movie. Spoilers! Anyway, before all that can happen, Walker needs to nearly crash into the building, punch a guy in the face, break his neck, and then suffer through a pointless scene of even more pointless acting.
Where the fuck is Johnson? I sent him down there to bring you up.
Oh, he's taking a nap.
Tell me that cocksucker's sleeping on the job.
Okay, we all know that Randall is doing some prime Thornton Reed acting, but Walker, Tetris Enjoyer, and his two shirts, seems to have created his own unique style of dark place acting. It's like he's somewhere between Lucien Sanchez and a drunk guy being interviewed on local TV about his victory in a bowling tournament.
What's the situation?
I'll send a couple of boys with you, they're the best to have. You get the choice of weapons, and I'll give you 500,000.
750, I'll walk out right now.
You make me a promise that not one of those cocksuckers is left alive tomorrow, and I'll give you £1 million. Have we got a deal?
£1 million is a lot of money. You can afford to make 2 million sudden furies with that.
Johnson is fucking dead. His nose is all over his fucking face. Just to get my money ready.
Jimmy, you better kill that fuck tomorrow. No one comes in my office and threatens me. Do you hear me?
Fucking pleasure.
Oh shit, you can tell things are getting serious. They pulled out a 1970s kid-murdering safety film location for Warbeck to chew on.
Mr. Walker, last we get to meet the living legend.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed too.
Do I know you?
He said he just met you. Try to keep up. This guy's perception must be so finely honed that the only thing he can notice is violence. I'm also not sure how someone can be a living legend when they'd have trouble buying beer without being asked for ID. But I'm also pretty sure that Warbeck was operating on a whole other level of reality than the rest of us by this point.
You've been quite a naughty valley. I've seen the pictures.
Either that or a mountain of the most excellent painkillers before his impromptu acting workshop.
So, mystery man. You got a name then?
Let me see. Stan, Fred, Margaret, sometime.
Mr. Pike. It's for you.
You've touched my name! Say ah!
How about we get on with it?
I can tell, Mr. Walker, that you don't like me.
No accounting for taste, I fucking love you. We're now over 20 minutes into the film, and you would be forgiven for wondering why I decided to review it. Sure, I've been saying that the action is amazing, but so far it's been slow, mostly terribly acted, amateur, and sometimes just terrible. And all these are fair points, but as a counterpoint, I'd like you to remember David Warbeck.
It's Rebecca.
Rebecca! Tell the fucking bitch I'm in a meeting!
And to consider this. The Sudden and the Furious!
feel, Pike? How does it feel?
Like a classic episode of Jeeves and John Wooster. Anyway, it's now time to say goodbye to a legend as Mr. Pike, played by David Warbeck, dies doing what he loved. Overacting.
How does it feel, Pike? How does it feel?
Strangely enough, not entirely dissimilar to being fucked with a shotgun through the legs. So it could be worse.
Farewell, Mr. Warbeck. You will be missed. By all except for Wanker Texas Ranger.
I'm coming over! Here. I brought you a hat that you can take off all respectfully and stuff. Yeah. I did good.
Thank you. Now, please fuck off! Quietly!
Ooh, banana peel on top of that!
Next time, I'll just have a moment of noise, shall I?
Job done, the only survivor picks up the cocaine and Walker, Texas Rangers his way to the car, where Jimmy and his fancy new murdering shirt is waiting for him.
Randall says to congratulate you on a job well done. Chuck me the bags of coke, Walker.
Are you sure that's wise? You could have already shot him and be walking over to pick it up by now.
And the next one?
Nah, you see, this is deliberate. Not to build tension. Fuck no. It's just enough time for Wanker Xmas Manger to work out that he's probably the main character.
You tell Randall I'm coming to get him.
And he won't stop until he gets his £1,000,000, which he assumes is the cost of dry cleaning paint-covered jeans. Sensible criminals. I have no power over them. Oh, no, wait, sorry, he's already dead, whoever he was. There's so many possibilities. Anyway, time for a dream sequence. Nothing too flashy, just some other locations from 1970s kid murder films, and a really dedicated moral armed with a gun.
Well, no wonder he can't sleep. He's in the red light district, and it's all aimed at his head.
Mike, it's me! Jesus Christ, that actually scared the shit out of me. I scared you. You weren't the one with a fucking gun pointed at your head.
To be honest, I'm not sure you're not the same guy. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Walker, Nexus Sleeper is a big man, but he's out of shape. Alex, his friend, is only the second half of those things. Anyway, Alex is letting him crash here with all his healing bisexual lighting until the plot needs him to go kill more shit. Hilariously, well, not hilariously, but you know what I mean. We never find out what Alex was doing in the room. He comes in and they talk about Gopper, Glasgow Rangers nightmares.
Are you okay?
Just another bad dream.
And he explains why he's crashing there, even though he's the only other person who knows that.
You're going to be here for a while. Those wounds of yours need to heal properly first.
And then he fucks off until the film decides to kill him and get Slaughter, Texas Danger, back off the murder wagon. Elsewhere, Jimmy's just got out of hospital. When he got shot, his jeans were covered in blood, and these ones are clean. Which means they stripped him, made him change, and then cut up his new pair. No wonder the guy wants revenge. That probably added 5 hours to his time in the emergency room. Randall's fucked off too. Without the income from that cocaine, he's been reduced in cat food.
Good thing it was premium cat food, or he'd be angry.
Jimmy, go and get some rest. Your ribs must be sore.
Ribs?
Mark, let Jimmy pick himself up. You take Jimmy home. Joe, you wait here.
When I am finished eating my unpleasant-looking lasagne, I want a blowjob, Joe. Provide it. Apart from that, Joe's to set up a meeting with the leader of the opposing gang under flag of peace, so we can murder him.
I'm going to tell Harris I'll supply double the amount of stolen coke, close up business and work from under him. Then at the meeting I'm going to blow his fucking head off.
At least I think so. This plot is hard enough to follow without so many identical English guys giving slightly different terrible performances, explaining yet more shit.
Finally, I'm going to get the shit out from under my shoes. And wherever Walker's hiding, he's going to find that no one fucks with Randall.
Well, maybe if you stopped sexually abusing Joe and being an all-purpose prick, you'd meet a nice girl and all that would change. I really don't know why he thinks this'll be where his luck turns around, where he finally stops fucking up. It's like he failed upwards so much he's rolling around the ceiling trying to bore himself a skylight. Meanwhile...
Hello.
Harris, it's, Andy.
Mild Annoyance, the slow-motion picture.
Andy, I told you not to phone me tonight. I'm already fucking late meeting Christina.
What I love about this scene is that thanks to the lighting and the angle, it looks like the camera dropped some acid and is desperately trying to hide from his terrifying head.
Fuck it!
That was him agreeing to meet up with Randall, by the way.
You can tell because Randall's about to put his murder shades on in slow motion. After some quick business with Sinead O'Connor, Randall does what he came to do. Give us some more plot-mandated violence in case some of the audience hasn't fallen asleep yet.
Movie, I think the last thing you need right now is more...
Okay, this standoff is meant to show the utter depravity of Randall, his short delay before pulling the trigger extended to agonizingly long moments. But it's not, because look at that kid. He's wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt long after it stopped being popular and they cancelled the show. He has no more fucks to give. Kill me with your shades off, you pussy. Yeah, just as I thought. The eyes of a fucking pussy. Your head's the same width as your neck. Move it up and go fuck yourself. What you gonna do? Cry? You just made me an orphan. Am I crying? No, because I just inherited the family business, you cunt. Now kill me proper or I'll track down your family and show you how it's done. You fucking twat. Oh, maybe he wasn't a Turtles fan, it was just a family crest.
Everything will be fine. Come on over, I promise I'm not going to hurt you.
Okay, so we all know who the stupid sheep of the family was. That's right, just ignore all the corpses. Just pretend they're the quality of the last 3 series of the Turtles.
Everything's going to be fine, I promise. I'm not going to hurt you at all.
Oh, just be done with them and make it snappy. Yes! Some weeks later, Wanker, masturbating showerer, still hasn't been tracked down.
Mike! Hold on, I'm coming!
And is saving time cleaning his wounds by showering with his bandages on. His buddy Alex, though, is leaving for a few days.
I said I'm going to be away for a couple of days, on a job.
Couple of days on a job? Must be Tantrack.
Mostly the jobs we call blow.
And naturally, cockblocker Texas complainer is fucked off that he wasn't invited.
No way. Just forget it, alright? Forget it.
Christ's sake, Alex, I'm a fucking hitman, not some insect that needs to hide away.
You're not the boss of me, Alex. You never know when you might need to kill someone. You know, I don't think he understands the concept of laying low. I mean, this is a bit of a spoiler, but he does have sex in a staircase.
Christ's sake, Alex, I'm a fucking hitman.
You know, I would wonder how many times his towel fell off if that was the best take, but I've seen the rest of his performance.
The whole world is looking for you at the moment, and this is the safest place to stay.
Well, yeah, because you're his best friend, and gangsters don't believe in friendship.
Maybe so, but I just can't sit around here knowing that piece of shit Randall is still breathing. I'm going mad in here. I'm dwelling on the past. I just want to get on with my life.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
This is what happens when you forget the internal part of an internal monologue. Anyway, Alex figured that he could use some company, so it was a going away present. He hired him a friend with benefits.
I've got a little surprise for you.
Yeah, perhaps she can teach him about laying low.
Oh my.
And she goes by the name of Charmaine.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I misheard that, but if her name isn't Chow Mein, I don't want to be right.
And she goes by the name of Charmaine.
Well, just think, he can fuck her and then an hour later he's horny again. Apart from being problematic, that is a great deal. Anyway, elsewhere it's nighttime, and all the gruff dialogue...
Just make sure you're gone by 10:30, alright?
...is being ruined/improved by the VHS artifacting, making the streetlights look vaguely magical.
It's good to see you, Jimmy.
Is everything okay?
No, I had to let Joe go. He used his teeth. Dreary lines set in dreary rooms. I miss David Warbeck.
Jimmy, you're looking at the sole distributor of crack and cocaine in the south and the southwest region.
Oh shit, sudden ADR.
Yeah, right. And what's Harris going to say about this?
It's like the film's suddenly become its own bootleg import version.
Harris is dead, and Harris's whole fucking family are dead.
Harris is fucking dead? When the fuck did that happen?
2 days ago, by 345 caliber hollow points.
You know, I just realised this, but this guy is totally evil John Oliver.
But best of all, there's a fear in their eyes. They're struggling in the kick as I snap the neck of a little kid. I do it all again in a second.
Where'd it happen?
No, I watched this film recently and it was a garden. The weirdest things date films. Look at all the indoor smoking. Finally, something legitimately fucking deadly. Anyway, this is Alex in sudden danger. Careful, Alex. Michael Myers is out there somewhere. And he's learned to drive. Oh, if only he had some sort of advanced music-based warning. Hope that they took one take. The streetlight looks like it's melting. He's been captured by some of Randall's guys. I think. Like I said before, this plot's about as clear as the cinematography. Covered in a thin film of cigarette staining. And it gives you a headache if you concentrate on it too much.
Did you have to kill the wife and kids?
What?
Did you have to kill the wife and kids?
Well, trust me on this. It's harder for them to get revenge if they're all dead.
You just know this kid wasn't going to wait for a 15-year time jump so he can train himself into being a killing machine. The second Randall's back was turned, he'd have been on him like a cannibal jockey. Anyway, whoever's captured Alex has worked out the easiest way to get David Warbeck levels of acting out of someone.
They have ways of making you overact.
If anyone's going to get the rest of the cast a fucking emotion, it'll be Rick Steiner here. He's easily the most interesting performer since Warbeck.
When I ask you a question, you will answer me. Is that understood?
Mostly because he has a beard and is South African, but still.
Do you understand me? Walker! Does that fucking name ring a bell with you?
Alex was a gangster too, until he took a bat to the knee. And a dude's face to the head.
Get that fucking table over here. Right. Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hand.
Where is Walker?
You! The guy with the house that we won't check for some reason, even though we have it under surveillance, and we know that a sex worker visited it even though you're not there. Where have you stashed Walker? I'm really loving that this scene is all the vibes of an English answer to Guinea Pig 1, The Devil's Experiment.
Oh, Jesus.
And only partially because England is an actual devil's experiment, but, like, not like any of the sexy ones.
Piss in the bucket!
Meanwhile, she's a day late, but Chow Main's finally arrived to see Walker, sexist stranger.
Hey baby, you've got 2 hours before my man picks me up, so do whatever you want with me.
Now every single part of this film rolls a 20-sided die to see if it's fucking amazing or fucking terrible. And while we sometimes get lucky, like in the torture scene, the first 19 numbers are still all ones.
That reminds me... Oh no. Ah, movie. I see that you were also familiar with Chuck Norris's classic, Walker's Staircase Lair!
Allowed... yeah, that kind of sound, over a sex scene in the stairs is a choice and a half. A bad one, though. The soundtrack sounds fucking hungry.
Glad you could join us again, Mr. Lindsay. Fuck with me, and I'll let this animal loose on you.
Dude, you're a violent, white South African guy who's not in the country after the fall of apartheid. I don't want to tell you how to do your torture job, but the time to good cop, bad cop someone is before you break his kneecaps, impale his hands, and have your partner piss in his head.
Hopefully he'll be more professional than you nigger fucking son of a bitch.
Whoa! He might be a torture-loving South African, but, you know, he's not racist. He has standards.
Mistress, you did just infer that he was racist.
What? Really, Rex?
Yeah, in the voiceover.
Is this true?
Yeah, he's a white, violent South African lunatic who tortures people for a living and was living outside the country after apartheid. It's fair to assume he's racist and or fears extradition.
See?
Okay, yeah, fine, fair point. You see, this is why we all have to get together and work this stuff out before we film. Next thing you know, the editor will start using the bad takes. Oh, I've been doing that for years. Why do you think the viewing numbers tanked?
Personally, I kind of assumed it was all the weird, annoying sounds that I put onto the end of my sentences.
Well, that didn't help.
Oh, fuck you. At least I know how to talk in a room without a fucking echo. You make people's ears bleed.
Eyes too. This might go on for a while, so I'm just gonna skip this part.
Solid strategy from Alex, really. Piss the racist off enough that he kills him quickly.
Get the fucking phone.
Oh, that's the good shit. I don't know what he shot him full of, but I want some.
Give me the camera and the shotgun.
I like how the voices are all distorted, but the sound effects are clean. That's how you know he's really fucked up.
I want my face to be the last fucking thing you ever see.
Apart from this towel, I mean. Back with Chow Mein and Walker's sex as Randier, they've graduated to the coke and traumatic flashbacks part of the evening, before swiftly moving on to briefly using a gun as a sex toy.
Hopefully, nothing will go off early.
All in front of these extremely open curtains. I hope the Sudden Fury live show audience are getting their money's worth. Anyway, they're soon having some of the most vanilla and least appealing sex ever put on screen. But to be fair, real sex is often unpleasant to look at, and with straight couples doubly so. But this is special. It's so devoid of passion that it's gotta be someone's fetish.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
It's Jimmy. He's been assigned to nab Parker Sexsmith's player and bring him to Randall, but he decided to tell him about Alex instead.
Randall's men of Alex Lindsay.
Alex?
Apparently his line is somewhere between killing someone in front of their family and then killing the rest of the family.
Did you have to kill the wife and kids?
What? And Randall didn't just cross it, he traipsed blood all over it.
Jimmy, don't be fucking this one up.
Soon everything will be sorted, boss. Don't you worry.
What a sec. I've seen this about 5 times. This is the first time I've noticed this. Wait for it. Oh, well done, Darren Ward. That's fucking fantastic.
Where the fuck are you going? You haven't even come yet.
Professional pride. We love to see it.
Now listen, you slag, I'm paying you. Now get your kit on and just fuck off.
Yeah, the only guy who's going to shoot his load at this point of the film is Jimmy. Well, this is what happens when you eat a whole meal of squibs and don't wait 20 minutes before getting shot. Anyway, after some ultra slow-mo, and therefore ultra dramatic thong pulling up, glad they stopped the film for a reverse Zack Snyder porno. I wouldn't want to assume that she went home commando. Wanker Army Ranger's already doing that. I have a question though. How the fuck does a guy who looks like to be bullied by his local D&D group collect that much guns and trauma?
I mean outside the USA.
Anyway, because this plot has little or no object permanence, it's time for a photobombing train. A stalker, Texas Rager, stealths his way into the building via his Blue Peter breaking and entering badge. It's during the day, cars and trucks are constantly driving past. Speed really should be the thing, not quiet. That is a fantastic stealth set though, assuming he arrives in the middle of a secret Boilerman convention, which he doesn't.
Oi, what the fuck are you doing?
Oi, mate! We've an industrial estate to film in and we're not afraid to use it.
Smile, you see.
The size of this guy's arsehole.
What do you think? Is it Walker?
How the fuck do I know, you dumb fuck?
Firm but fair.
Yeah, this must be where they're storing all the murder lumberjacks. It's like they'd outsource all the death scenes to the Canadian mafia. Venusi, Nikito, and an X-Snap. Good enough for Doctor Who, good enough for him.
Come along, Sarah.
Any call sign, come in. Have you found anything?
Get a grip, mankind. They found their deaths.
Any call sign, come in. This is Lennox.
Suddenly there's a flashback. Kexis Rangy and South African Mick Foley are on a mission together. Okay, it's clearly a small English forest pretending to be Vietnam or something, but I am kind of impressed that they managed to blow up that many trees and not get arrested.
Mike, just as I suspected, nothing. There's no sign of Dylan or anyone.
Well, his first mistake was not checking the dark room behind him. His second mistake was turning his back on the open door onto the dark room behind him. And his third mistake was throwing all the sausages in there. English guys can't resist sausages.
Marcus! All units, this is Lennox. Walker is in the building. If you see him, kill him.
Wait. You had to order them specifically to kill him? You know, that might be why you're already 4 men down.
Anyway, as if Walker, first-person ranger, needed any more reason to kill everyone in the building, he finds Alex's mangled body.
Clean up on aisle 4. Crumbled like a shit cookie. Dead and ugly. That's hard. Quit bleeding, pussy.
That is not conducive to stealth.
And so, it begins. Minion, begin the dance of it beginning!
You might wonder why he brought so many guns if he's just going to use those two the whole time, but the others are teleporting their bullets straight into these two. This also explains why he's not reloading. Nah, he's so fucked off that he's sweating bullets straight into the guns. Well, of course, the second he uses the guns the normal way this happens. Reloading. Not even once. Now, you'd think that someone shot in the back would leave a mark on the wall, but no, all his blood is stored in the front for continuity purposes. Do you want a minute?
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but, dude, stop fingering yourself. You've got assholes to kill.
Can I? Stop! No, please, mistress!
Oh, yeah. It finished beginning ages ago.
Oh, thank you!
Minion, begin the dance of it continuing!
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire.
You're a walker. What a piece of shit.
Yep, Jimmy's come to rescue him. He thinks that killing the rest of his boss's men will redeem him or something. It doesn't work, but at least he gets a painful death out of that.
So why did you have me back then?
Because since got so fucked up with Randall, helping me put it right, I've still got a chance.
So where does Randall fit into all this?
Let's just say the only place Randall's concerned is a 6x2.
So Randall's dead.
Oh, yes, this is truly the best time to...
Bang!
Give us...
Explosion!
Exposition.
Boom!
Stop that.
Sorry, mistress.
Can you phone me?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we go for it?
You dork! Oh, I'll just hang here, shall I? Okay, fine. Of course, Walker, plexiglass slayer, is invincible, but Jimmy's just a mere mortal, so...
Okay, that's just amusing all the leftover squibs in the country.
It's just, can I be done now? I think I'm...
You know, that's unusually good timing. Pretty sure the scene's just about done.
Walker! So, finally it just comes down to you and me.
I see 5 years haven't changed you much, Lennox. Still a complete fucking arsehole.
5 years ago, you were a fetus, dear.
You and I, we could have been such good friends.
Cunts like you never have any friends. You got no fucking moral code.
Dude, being weirdly Catholic like in the Boondock Saints before going on a killing spree isn't a moral code. Even if you did come out 2 years before the Boondock Saints. Besides, South African Rick Foley is something better than a moral code. A Jeffrey Combs quote.
Still a complete fucking arsehole.
I'm the arsehole with the gun.
You are such an asshole. I'm an asshole.
With a new thing.
Anyway, yet another flashback to the jungles of County Down. Hope of the North, Learn Irish, Viet Cong, and yet more explosions. Long story, less boring. The mission went a bit pear-shaped. Mick Steiner killed the guy they were meant to be rescuing, and I spent the whole time wondering, well, they both got the exact same haircuts in the present day. I mean, you save this to film last, and then you get them to shave their heads. This is basic stuff.
Oh, I see. This is what happens to people who try to get filmmaking advice. This explains a lot, including the body count.
He's even got the exact same sideburns. Though, to be fair, I'm sure they were useful for chipping the ice off his car. I can see why I'd keep them. Anyway, after a short scuffle showcasing Foley Steiner's unusually hard ponytail, we get to the good stuff. Come on, mankind, put him in the mandible claw. No, that's meant to be further up. Okay, this scene is just like a punch-drunk hate fuck.
That's twice you've got me to get away, Walker. You're losing your touch.
Anyways, off to see if they can find any more types of action they've not put into the film yet. And they settle on cars.
What a useless guy.
Won't you ever fucking die?
Sweet, mankind's even in the mask now.
Come on, Lana!
This film runs on pure enthusiasm and beer. Ending it with a car-based Uzi duel is just some Mad Max shit, and they pull it off.
You're not getting away this time, Lennox! See you in Valhalla!
Shiny, yes. Chrome, not so much. Anyway, that was Sudden Fury, a masterclass in low-budget, over-the-top action and practical effects. And then there's the rest of it. Having said all that, I did love it. The mix of amateur filmmaking with unrelenting action makes it truly unique and more than worth picking up. Usually when I find a film I want to review, I put it on my list, and it's years before the review gets made. Some films, like Dead Again, have been waiting since I started doing this. But I was taking notes for the review of Sudden Fury within 12 hours of watching it for the first time. That should tell you all you need to know. Check us out. You won't regret it. Most of the time. Darren Ward finally released a sequel a couple of years ago, and sadly I'm not very enthused. Sudden Fury had exactly two saving graces: David Warbeck and practical action. One tragically died of cancer shortly after filming, and the other was murdered by the inexplicable choice to use CGI. Having said that, I will watch it and I hope to be proven wrong. Sudden Fury's trailer makes it look a bit shit too.
I'm the Amanda Hagan, and I have to live with that every day.
Oh, come on, like, what are we supposed to do about this?